Hello friends, be ready and prepared and expect that the Adventist Church is going to publish propaganda in the next few months. This is 2020, which is an election year and a very big, very important election year, especially from the perspective of abortion. In 2016, many people were skeptical, not really sure if Donald Trump was actually going to follow through with his pro-life campaign promises. But in the last 4 years, he has made many significant accomplishments, including, but not limited to, reinstating the Mexico City policy, defunding organizations that promoted abortion abroad in foreign countries. He has appointed many pro-life advocates to key positions in his administration, and importantly, has appointed almost 200 federal judges, more than any other previous president. If Trump is reelected and this trend continues, this will be a huge win for the pro-life movement and will have serious ramifications for the future of abortion. Leaders in the Seventh-day Adventist Church, of course, know this, and because of their past record, and because they are so deeply committed to the error that abortion is a matter of worship, we can be assured that between now and November, in the next few months, we will see them publish propaganda. Their goal is to instill as much fear as possible in Adventists that voting against abortion is a very bad thing, that people who oppose killing children are bad people, and that abortion is a sacred religious right that must be protected, that these accusations are false. That doesn't matter to them, that their claims and accusations cannot be supported by the Bible. That does not matter to them, as has been documented over and over and over again. They have done this repeatedly for the last several decades, and with so much at stake in this next election, they are not going to stop now. Case in point, just a few days ago, the Adventist Review published Thinking Adventistly About Politics, which contains the same worn-out, regurgitated talking points that I've covered in other videos. Nothing new here. Ellen White advocated enthusiastically that Adventists could vote in good conscience for what? For issues of public policy. However, the author says our civic participation should not be dictated by political party and its agenda. Instead, as we consider public issues, we should be guided by, quote, biblical values. The author here is Bettina Krause, who works for the GC Religious Liberty Department, no surprise, and she says blind allegiance to a specific political party is dangerous enough, but for who? For Christians, there's an even more insidious form of partyism, and that is the idea of the Christian vote. Now, stop right here. In every government around the world where leaders are elected, they of course make every attempt to communicate their goals and policies to the largest, most influential groups within the electorate. Now take a moment to stop and think this through. In every government around the world where leaders are elected, they of course make every attempt to communicate their goals and policies to the largest, most influential groups within the electorate. That some countries have large populations of voting Christians, and that leaders naturally try to speak to their concerns about the direction and future of the country is a non-statement. There is nothing wrong with that. However, this author, contrary to all logic and fairness, would have us believe there is something very evil, insidious, and dangerous about this. She says the Christian vote is a phrase that implies the marriage of one's religious identity with that of a specific political agenda. This is so dishonest. There are so many problems with this, the biggest being, if a political agenda is to improve the safety and well-being of a society without violating the religious liberty, then what is wrong with that agenda? Whenever leaders in the Adventist Church like to publish their propaganda and fear porn, they love trying to paint evangelical Christians as enemies or as dumb, deluded drones who blindly follow a political party. Not only is this historically ignorant, it is insulting. And if we take a moment to go read the author's source, oh, look at this report by the Barna Group, we will see right here that key issues for the Christian vote were what? Supreme Court nominations, abortion, and religious liberty. Ms. Krause for the GC would have us to believe that it is insidious to want Supreme Court judges who will not bow to and legalize the gross perversions of the sexual revolution. The General Conference would have us to believe believe that it is insidious and dangerous to vote to bring an end to the killing of multiplied millions of little children, and the hypocrisy here is off the charts because our own official statement on abortion says right here in black and white that it is a violation of the sixth commandment. So question, why? Why is it insidious and dangerous to vote to make the killing of children illegal? Ms. Krause, like other Adventist church leaders, never explain that. They never provide any basis or history or scripture or logic. They do not because they cannot. Like manure irrigation systems that use giant sprinklers to spray animal poop across farmlands, the leaders continually spray Adventist minds with suspicions, smears, and fear porn. 2020 is a big election year, so they have to roll out the sprinklers and spray out as much poop as possible. She continues and says that the desire for political influence and access, even if it is in support of what? What does that say? Even if it is in support of important issues that align with our faith values, can sometimes do what? They can corrupt in precisely the same way as blind allegiance to a political party. What a fantastically absurd statement. This is a woman in leadership at the GC who in this very same article cites the act of voting when exercised in behalf of justice, humanity, and right is in itself blameless and may be at sometimes highly proper, and then in complete contradiction says that Christians who vote to end issues like the mass systematic slaughter of children are being corrupted. This is completely ridiculous. How? How does voting based on important issues corrupt? Again, she of course does not explain. What do you think? When Adventist pioneers opposed slavery and supported temperance, is this because they were blinded? When Adventist pioneers publicly denounced abortion as child murder and infanticide, was this because their moral acuity was blunted? Let me know what you think in the comments below.